Hi guys, welcome back. So Jesus was teaching also the fulfillment of the law. He said, "Do not think that I have come to abolish the law of the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth disappear, not the smallest letter, not the least stroke of a pen will by any means disappear from the law, until everything is accomplished. Therefore, anyone who sets aside one of the least of these commands and teaches others accordingly will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever practices and teaches these commands will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you that unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven." So what does he mean by this? Are we still in the law from the old Jewish people, like from the Old Testament? No, we are not, guys. But if you pay attention, the law from the commandments, what you hear in Matthew, what Jesus taught us, are very similar to the one of almost the same, like literally most of them besides the Sabbath day is the same like in the Old Testament. But Jesus came to accomplish them, means like long time ago in the Old Testament the people had to do certain sacrifices when they didn't follow the commandments of God, right? But we don't have the sacrifices anymore. We don't need to do it because we are under grace. So what does this mean? This means when we follow these commandments from Jesus, we have to follow them in our hearts too. Like for example, when it says do not murder, right? It's not just about, oh, did I murder somebody? It's about our thoughts and our heart. Or like do not hate each other. Like it's not just about, oh, I hate you with my mouth, I'm just saying bad stuff. It's about what's in my heart. It counts. God hears our thoughts in our heart. And Jesus is practically saying, I want to fulfill the commandments or the law, because he's saying it counts what you think. Like you can be adulterous in your mind. Like you can lust after a woman in your mind. It's not just about like, oh yeah, I'm getting, you know, I want her right now, I'm like speaking about this. No, it's also what I think and what I have in my heart. So that's what he meant by fulfilling them. And therefore anyone who sets aside one of the least of these commandments and teaches others accordingly will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. So if you don't follow the commandments, what Jesus is teaching over here, there are a few, you're gonna be the last one who is be called in the kingdom of heaven, who's called into heaven. But whoever practices, not just reading the Bible and do nothing. You actually have to change your life. Like God, like Jesus is saying what you have to do in these commandments, right? Whoever practices and teaches these commandments, you also have to teach your neighbor, your brother, your sister, whoever you meet about these commandments. If you see that they're doing something wrong, you have to say, listen, I think Jesus teaches, you know, you're Christian, you're supposed to do this and this according to the Bible, according what Jesus teaches us in the New Testament. And if they don't agree, okay, they don't agree, but at least you told them, you teach them the truth, so they are not gonna keep going in the darkness. You want that your brother and sister going to heaven too. You care about them, you love them, so you have to teach them, right? And practice this on your own, not just teaching people. You have to practice it, practice the commandments of Jesus, and also teaching the people around you, loved ones, whoever you meet. You know, when the Holy Spirit shows you, okay, tell him he's doing this and this wrong, go there and say, listen, even if we don't know each other well, but something is telling me you're doing this and this wrong, or you shouldn't do this, right? So but whoever practices and teaches these commandments will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So you're gonna be called in the heaven if you're teaching it and practicing it and love each other and stuff like this. For I tell you that unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven. So yeah, so you will be righteous, you will be made righteous, and you're making other people righteous by teaching and practicing the whatever commanded Jesus, right? So see you in my next commandment. Bye.